The Lake Orion community celebrated 30 years of the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade as 75 entries made their way through the streets of the downtown area. The parade wouldn't be possible without the support of the community and the Jolly Folly, an annual fundraiser held at Golling Buick GMC. The Orion Area Chamber of Commerce wound down 2025 with their annual Impact Awards honoring ambassadors and the business community. And first responders created Christmas memories for local families in need during Shop with a Hero. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. The holidays are in full swing here in Lake Orion, highlighted by the annual Orion Lighted Parade in downtown Lake Orion, but the popular tradition wouldn't even be possible without the support of a generous community. On the evening of Friday, December 5th, the who's who of Lake Orion gathered at Golling Buick GMC on the Pier Road for the annual Jolly Folly dinner and auction. Approximately 325 people enjoyed a buffet dinner courtesy of Italia Gardens, with music provided by Rock and Ronnie, the popular band Power Play Detroit, and the Lake Orion High School Choir setting the holiday mood.
Sing, we join us all together, la 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 la, heedless of the wind and weather, la 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 la.
Oh man, it's really festive. I think the winter weather set in. And that obviously is not making a lot of us happy because we don't like the cold weather, but I really think it brought out the spirit of the season. We got a great crowd behind us. This is a big, big night.
Cold outside, but it's warm in here, right?
Darn right, and people are opening up their hearts and doing the right thing, and it's a community event where they're all coming together.
Attendees took part in a silent auction using a QR code to bid on items using their phones. The event raises funds for the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade, which celebrates its 30th year.
I think it's important because it brings the community together at a time when we need more of this. So I think it's super important that the community comes together and gets behind something. You know, I don't think there's an event in Lake Orion bigger than this during the year. So this is a big deal. And tomorrow night at the parade, obviously, we've had upwards of 10,000 people at that parade. It's a small town.
Santa and Mrs. Claus made an appearance at the event. Santa had a message for Lake Orion's little ones.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's so nice to see you all again, and I'm especially looking forward to seeing you on the evening of the 24th. We're here at Jolly Folly tonight, getting everybody charged up for the holiday season and ready for the big parade tomorrow night. I hear the kids in Lake Orion, the elves report the kids in Lake Orion have been especially good this year. So we've got to make extra toys. Mrs. Claus is up there right now supervising, so we're all set for that. It's been a wonderful year here in Lake Orion. Looking forward to a nice holiday season and seeing you all on the 24th. Merry Christmas.
24 hours later, residents lined the streets of downtown Lake Orion for the start of the 30th annual Orion Lighted Parade. The last daytime parade took place in 1994 and was poorly attended, so organizers decided it was time for a change in 1995.
Well, the Saturday afternoon parade, every community usually has one, and you don't go to unless you got some kids in it or that. And I heard about Howell Chamber of Commerce was doing a lighted parade. So I called them and I said, well, how do you do that? And they said, well, back then they put these inverters in the cigarette lighter, and you could light a few lights off of that. And I'll never forget, at that time, the Chamber of Commerce was a sponsor, and so I was in the lead float. It was a horse and buggy, and we started down here, and I looked down the street, kids are running all over the place. We had no crowd control. We had no idea, because nobody ever came to the parade, Well, we made it a lighted parade at night. It just exploded. Yeah. It's gotten bigger and better every year. You know, we thank Gowling for sponsoring us. They do a great job. The community just stands behind us. My understanding is if it's not the best, it's one of the best lighted parades in the state of Michigan.
Rockin' Ronnie and John Cooper returned to provide commentary from the stage setup at the corner of Front Street and Broadway. Kelly Ann Willis provided character descriptions.
1995, the Chamber of Commerce in this town sponsored the first lighted parade, and so I think it's because of the tradition that's gone on all these years that it only gets better every year. And to me, this is the best yet. And I think when you see the parade tonight, you're really going to be in awe of all the efforts that are going to go on here tonight.
You know, I started in 2013, so this is my 12th parade. I was honored to have John ask me to host with him for the parade. Every year it seems to get bigger and bigger, and the crowd, it's a hometown crowd. I love to watch the kids. It's Christmas for the kids. And you know, when I come down here, it's like I'm coming home again as a kid. I love Lake Orion, I love this town, and I love this parade, and I love these two guys. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Over the years, well, now it's 30 years. So I actually was a graduate of Lake Orion High School, so I was here when the parade started back in the 90s, just as a teenager at the school, and it has evolved to an amazing event that the whole town comes out to support. It's been amazing.
Parade participants gathered at Blanche Sims Elementary School, and at 6 p.m., the parade was underway. Named this year's Grand Marshal was longtime Lake Orion resident Mike Flood. After retiring from General Motors in 2006, he was appointed to fill a vacancy on the Orion Township Board of Trustees in 2011, and he's been serving the community ever since.
I'm humble about it, very humble. It's quite an honor. I won't know what to say, because usually I used to work the parade in the back and had to wear my Carhartts. So it'll be enjoyable. The wife and I are going to really look forward to this.
What can you say about all the people who help make this parade possible every year?
About all these volunteers that they have, they're an awesome company, awesome. And the Gowling family here donates all this for tonight's dinner. And we just have a great community that takes care of our people.
Named 2025's Citizens of the Year were Susie and Stephen Glasgow of Easter Seals MORC. The Glasgows are instrumental in organizing games at Orion Township's Miracle Field.
What was your reaction when you found out?
Unbelievable. This community just steps up and just shows a lot of love to us all the time for what we do out here.
Well, you know what? Number one, I was taken aback by it. I'm totally honored and extremely humbled. We feel blessed. We really do. And we feel blessed just to be part of the Miracle League and this community. The community's embraced us and Miracle League so much. And it feels good.
Approximately 75 entries made up this year's parade, including community groups, businesses, and marching bands contributing to the festive atmosphere. And of course, bringing up the rear was Santa and Mrs. Claus to bring the 30th annual Orion Lighted Parade to a close.
Merry Christmas up there. How's everybody tonight?
We're doing great, Santa. How are you and Mrs. Claus?
We are having so much fun. It's always a pleasure to come to beautiful Lake Orion and kick off the holiday season.
We love you, Santa.
Wonderful. Kids in Lake Orion have been especially good this year. We had to put on an extra shift of elves to make toys.
That's terrific. Glad to hear it.
Following the parade, families were invited to join Santa and the Mrs. for a photo opportunity in a tent set up near the corner of Broadway and Chadbolt Street. As 2025 winds down, the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce looked back at a busy year that included their 75th anniversary, 30 ribbon-cutting ceremonies, and numerous events and networking opportunities. Recently, the Chamber hosted a luncheon that recognized several of their members. On Thursday, December 4th, the Chamber of Commerce hosted their annual Impact Awards luncheon at Pink Creek Country Club. Chamber President and CEO Joyce Donaldson welcomed those in attendance and recognized board members and ambassadors. Following lunch, numerous awards were handed out in a variety of categories.
So we call for nominations where people can nominate other businesses. And this year we had a record number of 22. We had 17 last year, just to put that in perspective. And then we have an Impact Award Selection Committee. And so we take all of the application forms, and our selection committee really talks about each one, and they make the decision. And then once that decision is made, I get the really fun part, which is calling the honorees to let them know that they've won an award.
Named Ambassador of the Year was Dawn Neely, owner of Seniors Helping Seniors. Dawn told me she's been involved with the Chamber for 15 years.
You know, when I joined the Chamber, I really joined because I wanted to connect with other business people that were smarter than me. I needed people that had a stronger business acumen than I did, and honestly, it was the best decision I ever made. I've been able to make so many friends, acquaintances, and just share with so many people that have helped me grow, and it's just such an honor to be part of giving back as well.
The Community Beautification Award went to Holly Nicosia, Executive Director at the Orion Arts Center.
It's very humbling. Like I said, I grew up in this community and I've met so many wonderful people through the Orion Arts Center. I'm just humbled to even think that I may have made a small impact here.
You know, the name of the award is the Beautification Award. How appropriate is that to describe the Arts Center?
It's easy with, art and creativity goes hand in hand with beautification, and it's so important to have that in our everyday life, and it's very inspiring that we play a part in doing that in the community.
The Community Partner Award was given to the Orion Review, which was founded on December 24th, 1881. Accepting the award was Emily Caswell of the View newspaper group.
Oh, so honored. I mean, so honored, and like I said in my remarks, humbled, and also it's so validating because we work really, really hard to make community connections and partnerships, and be recognized in this way is just fantastic. We're so thankful.
You know, print media is always facing challenges and evolving technology. How do you keep the Review and the family of newspapers relevant?
Local is the key to that. Locally owned, locally connected. It's your community newspaper. And a big key for us at View Newspaper Group is getting that paper directly into the mailboxes of homes. Like I said, we're in over 14,000 homes in Lake Orion for free. And where else are you going to read about your kids' sports and your local community councils and DDA? That's where you're going to get your local news. So that's been key for us.
The Economic Impact Award went to Galling Buick GMC. It was accepted by John Cooper and staff.
It means that my people are doing a great job, and that's what's important to me. And when we received the award, I actually brought the people that were with me up to receive it because it's all about them. They're doing a great job. They're involved in the community, and they're doing a great job for our customers. So it's puff my chest out a little bit on that one.
Named Entrepreneur of the Year was Sarah Zach, director and founder of My Prime Health, a medical weight loss clinic that opened its doors in September of 2024.
It's just such a huge honor to know that the community is recognizing what we're doing here and the help that we're trying to bring to the citizens of the area.
What do you want to say to the Chamber for this recognition?
A huge heartfelt thank you. It is such an honor to be recognized, and you've heard it 100 times. The Orion Chamber is the best around, and they're just so supportive and helpful for local small businesses.
Named Small Business of the Year was Bitter Tom's Distillery, which opened its doors in downtown Lake Orion in December of 2019, just before the COVID pandemic.
We are super excited. We've been in the community for 6 years now, so we were very excited that we were, recognized as being part of the community.
When we were originally looking for a location to put the restaurant, we looked at a lot of different communities, and when we came up to Lake Orion, the community, it's just such a tight group of people, and they've supported so well for the last 6 years. It's beyond, I think, both of our expectations, and looking back, we couldn't have picked a better location than Lake Orion.
And the Youth Impact Award went to the Lake Orion Lions Club, who have been serving the community since 1938, including numerous programs geared toward children.
If it wasn't for this community helping us out, the Lake Orion Lions Club, and donating to us and all the things that we do, we'd never be able to do what we do.
Well, the youth are our future, so the fact that we can help children at a very young age was vision screening if they have an eye problem, the fact that we can help with college scholarships, and maybe a family that really has a need for, with the Christmas basket program, possibly some monetary help, also some gifts that could replace the Santa gifts and some food. So anywhere that we can make an impact and really help those young people grow on to responsible adults.
I love the Lake Orion Lions Club. They've just been a part of my life for years now, a part of now my grandson's life, and I think that they just deserved it. We do so much for the community. Giving the Lions Club, the Lake Orion High School, the 3 scholarships every year, which I think is amazing. And they actually get those scholarships year after year if they get above a certain grade point average. So it's not just $1,000 or $500. It could be several thousands of dollars over the 4 years of their college.
Today was just such an amazing event celebrating Orion's finest. We had over 120 people here wrapping their arms around all of our honorees, and it was truly emotional. There were tears that were shed, there were lots of emotion and compassion, and it was really wonderful. I just loved it, and this is one of my favorite events, and I know many of our members' favorite events of the year. It's one of our signature events, and what a great way to start off the holiday season by celebrating our finest.
For more information about Chamber membership and events, visit orionareachamber.com. Many of us will spend the days leading up to Christmas doing last-minute shopping and wrapping gifts for friends and loved ones, but there are many families in and around Lake Orion that will struggle putting presents under the tree. That's when a generous community steps in to help where they can. On the evening of Wednesday, December 3rd, Lake Orion police officers were joined by representatives of the 1775th Military Police Company out of Pontiac for the annual Shop with a Hero event at Target. 26 students from Blanche Sims Elementary School were partnered up with a hero and taken on a shopping spree in the store.
I mean, this program brings tears to my eyes every single year. This is just such a meaningful program. I love seeing my faces of my officers, but I love seeing the faces on these kids even more. It's just, it means so much to me, and it shows that we're partners with the community. We have the school involved, we have Target involved, we have, all of these officers here are volunteers. Not a single officer is getting paid. My staff and the Army guys came down to be with these kids. I mean, this is like the closest thing to being Santa Claus. It really, really is, and I love it. I love it, Joe.
Everybody's shopping at Target with a hero, and probably everybody's happy to be shopping.
Fundraisers and donations throughout the year help make this program possible.
So we get donations from the community and businesses to raise funds for tonight, and then we purchase gift cards. So each one of the officers, law enforcement, military will have a gift card. They'll take a kid around the store, keep track of what they're spending and allow them to fill up the cart with the things they want. We like to help all those that we can, and if we can get more donations over the next year, maybe we can expand it to other areas.
We're spending a lot of money. All of that is donations from the community, and we can't do this without the support and the donations from the community. They actually run this program, so please continue those donations. This is what it goes to. These is what LOPA programs go to. Shop with the Hero, Kids and Cops. It goes directly back to the community.
1 week later, the Oakland County Sheriff's Office partnered up with the Orion Township Fire Department to take 20 children shopping at Meyer in Oxford. Shop with a Hero allows first responders to create positive Christmas memories for families who might be struggling this time of year.
We have the donations that were given by community members through the fire department or the sheriff's office. We asked for donations in the amount of $5, $10, $20, whatever anyone could give in a Meyer gift card. And then what we do is we reach out to the community schools, primarily our elementary schools and our middle schools, and ask them for a list of families that they feel that there are children in need. So we reached out to those families. Once we made contact with them, We vetted them and then added them to our list. Requested they meet us here for Shop with a Hero, our annual event, and it's just something great for these kids that are in need at this time of year, and everyone feels good doing it.
I think it's something that everybody enjoys. The weather was a little bit advantageous this year, and we still had a good showing across the board. It's just something, it's great to be able to get out and give to the kids, and when you start shopping with them, and you can see their faces light up, and they're excited to get new stuff, or stuff for a sibling or a parent or a family member, and it's just, it makes you feel good too.
Representatives of the Oxford Police Department could also be found spreading holiday joy at Meyer. They paired up with 10 additional children at the event, creating a bond with the youth in the community.
We want everybody to know that you can trust us and you want to come to us if you need anything. I really don't like what I hear, oh, hey, you better be careful, he's going to arrest you. No, we don't want to arrest you. We want you to be good, so unless you break the law. So we don't want you to be afraid of us. We want you to be able to come to us and talk to us, and we want to be able to help you. That's the whole idea, is to be able to help.
It's not too late to make a donation. Visit the Lake Orion Police Association's Facebook page and scan the QR code that will allow you to make a donation through Venmo. You can also drop off a donation at the police station at Village Hall, the Orion Township Fire Department, or the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Orion Township Substation to make a donation. Throughout the holiday season, Orion Township Parks and Recreation has been offering festive programs and events for residents of all ages. Recently, they hosted an event that was a little bit naughty, but mostly nice. On Saturday, December 13th, families were invited to come out to the Orion Recreation Center to take part in Merry and Mischief, a festive event that gave the little ones an opportunity to decorate cookies and ornaments, make reindeer food, and write a letter to Santa. Visitors were also able to pose for photos with Santa and the Grinch. Families were able to sign up for sessions at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and noon. Orion Township Parks and Rec hosted their first Breakfast with the Grinch event in 2016 at the Orion Center, and in 2024 they hosted Cookies with Claus on Friday, followed by Breakfast with the Grinch on Saturday. This year they combined the events at their new home at the Orion Recreation Center. For more information about upcoming events and programs, you can always visit orionparks.com. You can also find them on Facebook. If you're looking for some last-minute stocking stuffers, you still have some time to find some creative gifts in downtown Lake Orion. On Saturday, November 29th, the Orion Art Center hosted an opening reception to kick off their annual Artist Holiday Market. 35 artists from in and around Lake Orion were selected to provide unique and original works of art in a wide variety of media.
So we have a handful of artists. We have potters, we have recycled paper, oil paintings, acrylic, watercolor, jewelry. We've got a little bit of everything here, even 3D printed animals as well for the kids.
Throughout the month of December, volunteers come in to operate the holiday market. 70% of the proceeds goes to the artists, while 30% helps the Art Center provide classes and events to the community.
So the Art Center has classes for all skill levels and provides free opportunities for kids and people who don't get to do art to be able to create them. Like the sand stroll, we had ornaments for the kids to make and take. But we really try to aim to get the arts out there and accessible to everyone of all ages, income levels. And just give them something new to do and try.
The holiday market is open on Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. through December 20th. For more information, visit orionartcenter.org. You can also find them on Facebook. And finally, one local family is doing what it can to help you get into the holiday spirit while benefiting a great cause. On November 28th, Lake Orion's Gothrop family kicked off their annual Lights on the Lake show. Started in 2015, the family invites residents to come to 439 Shady Oak Street to view the light show set to music.
It's grown a little bit. So it started out in 2015, it was analog control, just some lights you would buy at a store, just flash one color on and off. And it's slowly grown over the years. I've added some things. There's a couple new things this year from that I replaced from last year. So it's grown, I would say, a decent amount. It probably won't grow too much more, but it's definitely grown.
So I sometimes would pick a song, and then my dad would make a sketch about it, and then he sometimes would include it in the light show. Last year, my mom sent out invitation so my people in my classroom could come to my light show. And I think it's really cool that I probably am one of the only kids that gets this.
The show also acts as a fundraiser. This year, the family chose Blessings in a Backpack as the recipient of any donations that come in.
I actually started volunteering with them for packing, and I thought this is a great opportunity to help raise some money. I didn't realize how in need people were, and we talked about it, and I talked with them, and they loved the fact that we were going to do this.
I think it was year 2 or 3. I think we started putting something out there to try to raise some funds. I'm like, well, if people are gonna come look, might as well see if we can get a couple bucks for something good around the local area. And I told my wife, I'm like, you know, the only criteria is it has to be local and it has to be for kids. So we have a donation box over on the one side as well that they can put money in. 100% of the donations are going to them. And then as well, we have a Venmo account, which I don't know.
It's Lights on the Lake.
Lights on the Lake.
Lights on the Lake.
Venmo.
Yes, and if you look it up, our house is the profile picture.
So the big question is, how do the neighbors respond to the nightly light show?
We really don't get any complaints. People are really kind. They know to turn their lights off, to keep the music low. Occasionally it'll get kind of busy, but we've never had anyone complain to us. They all think it's great, and I mean, I'm sure because we're doing it for a charity that it definitely helps with that.
You can catch the light show Sunday through Thursday from 5:30 p.m. until 10, and Friday and Saturday from 5:30 until 11 p.m. You can park in a lot across the street and tune in to 91.3 FM to enjoy the music. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. We wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.